Hey there. So I wanted to review your gameplay for this review you asked me to do. You already got like a 2 hour long one, so I want to just kind of keep it simple. Well, like a look at each character and just kind of like a big sort of macro tip, okay? So we're in Sigma. We're kind of playing a standard spot. What we're good at is so we have a shield, obviously. We can send a shield. We can spam out angles, right? We can spam here, we can spam there, we can spam there, and that's why this spot is where everyone sets up on Junkertown first, right? One little thing I'll say is on Junkertown, I'm always trying to figure out, like, first things first, do they have a widow? And in general, at the beginning of a game, I'm trying to figure out what the hell are they running. So even kind of coming here at the very beginning might be okay, or depending on where my team is, playing with them and throwing out my shield to protect them. Because we're not really going to fight till this card gets further up, right? So right now, like, you need to see where everyone is. Like, you have a widow, and you can put your shield in front of her and give her a safe, like, opening shot, right? And I'll look for ones, like, kind of here to maybe get someone out the doors. Right? We could throw our shield up to block the stickies from Echo. And in general, we're trying to decide, do we shield main or do we shield this high ground here? And Echo just dumped all her cooldowns, right? And you just saw a shot from Widow, I'd be throwing a shield kind of here. Try and cut down that Widow's line of sight. You're really, really good on Sigma at controlling off angles. Any angle, really. Especially ones that you can hit. So it happens kind of fast, but also we kind of haven't done anything, right? In 9 seconds. Not that much we could do, but we have we're a shield character. We're standing next to our team. We could cut down that line of sight, right? I can pull our shield back and then throw it back at the Echo, right? And in general, this shield doesn't do that much except for us. I would probably be throwing it in one of these two people's faces and then spam the other one. And since the Rein's here, maybe we spam this on out, right? But we lost 2 already. I'm looking for how I can back up. Maybe try and kill this Ana first or this Widow. Right? And now I'm thinking, like, I want a second fight. I got like 3 dead, 4 dead. I think someone's back by now, the Ana. So, like, even kind of being here is a little dangerous. I would have been rotating back. Maybe playing here. Maybe earlier if we go back a little. Coming around to get the guys lagging behind. We could pressure this Ana maybe, or pressure this high ground over here. Creating some sort of pressure to help these guys get out. And also a place that's like they can't really run up on me. I don't want this Rein to like charge at me and just kill me, right? I want to take a second fight on this point. And again, like, you're not going to do anything to this guy's shield, right? This is like very unproductive. Look for a better angle. If you're going to pressure, you should be looking for this Ana. Or neither of them have high ground mobility. We could also just kind of walk over here and force them out. Not sure if that's the best play. Probably it's throwing your shield here to protect Randy Marsh and spamming this Echo, who you can kill. if she's used her flight. Right, and we're just kind of shooting a shield while shit happens around us. And now we want to get out. Like, we really want to get out. I suppose they can't really force us. So the person we're most worried about is Echo. I want to keep track of her. Right? Why are we shooting a Rein? Look how little damage you did. This guy's half. You can probably shoot him. This guy is shooting someone up here. We could throw a shield in his face. This guy's down here below us. We could shield the Widow and then pressure this guy down here. Right? You need to really be looking for squishies. Your job is to cut down angles, and then especially if they're grouped up, punish them. Right? And split your focus between your shield and your damage. Use it to suppress two things at once for the most part. And we also grasped like too late. We probably would have been better off staying up here so that Ana could shoot us. Right? And they really can't force you out except for this Echo. So just kind of don't get that much done. But also, like, we're on Sombra, we're on Widow. Honestly, like, I want to make sure Widow doesn't get a good shot on our Widow or our Ana. And beyond that, we had two people who could kill her pretty well. And then we have Mercy to res picks, too. So we showed the res. So here, like, again, we could throw our shield out. We can throw a shield for Mercy, throw it at the Widow. It's really the only thing to shield right now in your line of sight. We'd probably even protect a res on Widow here with our shield. If Ana had gotten resed, I would maybe be looking for rotating here to shoot at this line of sight, cart, flank, right? And then come back around. But we're just kind of not using our kit very well. It's a very lucky rock. It is good to you want to save your rock for someone who's trying to close distance on you. And yeah, grasp the stickies. We know there's a res possible. Yeah, like that, basically. So now he doesn't have a rock. We close distance in a sig v sig. If he doesn't have rock, he can't block your grasp, so you start shooting him. And then use your suck, although maybe you didn't have... No, you just used it. And then use your suck to just, like, walk towards him, and then when he sucks, you rock. And that's how you, like, maintain a health advantage. And then it's Echo. So we know if she stays up long enough, she's going to get that ult. So then you need to, like, save your rock for the ult. And Sombra saves the day there, but we don't really touch, right? Right? Why not just throw a shield here? She's not going to break it. See, that's the kind of stuff you need to be doing, is like forcing people out from flanks. Right? From there, spam here. These guys are squishy. This thing's like 1200 health. Or spam here on this angle. Hit the Widow, right? And secondarily, like, we probably want to be where it's hard to reach. We know they're all up and here, so we can play here. We could go up even. Spam from this angle. Come around. We get this angle. Right? You're kind of like waiting for the Rein to like surfboard the payload to you, and then he starts to get. He's very, very passive. We should be looking to use our ult. If you want to play it safe, you could play from this angle. It's pretty good because you can still hit these things. Right? We're worried about people either taking a short way and closing distance on us, or coming up here, going up the stairs, and getting access to this high ground. That's very bad for us. Never want to be surrounded on Sigma. Right? Like, what are we shielding here? I guess the Widow you thought was maybe taking a line of sight, but we want these guys. We shield this angle and spam it. Right? Rein's doing nothing. And these guys are antied. So you see how, like, you just shut down that push with just spamming through it. And maybe ult here. They can't cancel it. Ult the slut, dude. Rock is good. If someone's slut like that, open with the rock so it stuns them and then shoot them. And punch. And here, like, just ult the Rein if he's the only one you can see. We heard her flight, though. We probably could kill this Echo. I think you look for it and then she, like, gets away. Right there. Widow's back. We need to block her and go to the right. Right, we're kind of grasping the Rein. We're just too focused on the tank in general. Right, this really does not that much. Like the worst thing you could do. And you don't have your shield out. It's full health. You're very lucky this guy didn't get clapped by the Widow. You're just kind of relying on your Widow to take a duel with the other Widow. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. But you have, like, a shield. You can send it out. He can't break your shield. Rein does no shield pressure. The only person who really does anything to your shield is Echo. I guess Ana, she wastes, like, a lot of time. You can also throw your shield behind Rein and block off his heals. Because they have an Ana, right? You can block Ana cooldowns. We spam this guy. Right? What does this shield do? A little late on the rock. Good idea. Good idea trying to block that. We're just kind of being really passive. And yeah, you need to use your shield better, basically, I'd say. That's like my tip. Use your shield better, split it sometimes. Think about, like, who has the most, where's my team? Who's near me? Like, who is the most dangerous angle? How can I prevent that? How can I disrupt the other team with my shield? Now we're on Winston. With Winston, I'd like to see you kind of, honestly, kind of feed less. I know that sounds a little harsh. So we come in here, we know they have Widow, we know they have Echo, we can clean up both those DPS, we can get on the Kiriko and force a cooldown, but she'll get away from us, and then we have to, like, wait for leap, right? So we're always looking to take control of high grounds, first of all, right? Because we're with Rein, he can't go out there. We could set up wherever we want and avoid damage, and then we can drop and damage a bunch of people or kill someone in particular, and then jump out and be safe back onto the high ground. Right, so didn't need to think about this so much. We could have just, like, gone up here. Here we go. Kind of a bad leap. You wanna, when you land your leap, you wanna try and land behind them, like where they're gonna run away to, so that you have longer on the target. Right, we didn't force her off high ground, but we didn't get a cooldown, which is too bad. And Echo, we can absolutely kill if she's used her jump and her stickies. If she hasn't used her stickies, she can blow you up with her lasers, so you gotta be careful. When you see him copy and kind of dive in, we're not gonna get much done. Damaging and ulting Winston. But we also should see this Widow, this Mercy right behind us going for this Raz. And come pressure that out and kill the Widow for free here. Or we can draw down here and damage this guy, right? You're just kind of too focused on the tank. Like, we don't want to be near Rein. We want him to have to, like, be like, oh shit, I gotta turn around again for this annoying Winston. You see his hack and damage, that's pretty good. We'll go for the melee. Melee, I'd say, in that situation, combo it if you can land the jump. But otherwise, unless you're like in a tank battle where ammo's really important, it's probably easier to just aim your gun for the most part. So we're here, we just jump out, right? And we're not getting it. We're not going to get anything done. We go back up high ground. Right. And our bubble doesn't really do anything, right? It's just kind of there for the sake of it. You know, we can block heals with that. Or block Widow, right? We come up here for heals. We could draw down. Get that Mega. We're just kind of waiting to die here. Especially because our healers are dead. Sorry, my throat's like a little full of stuff. Right? The healers start pocketing each other. You're lucky you forced something there. Just go on a DPS because no one's healing them, and they're both characters you can kill easily. And this Widow, who you're talking about going on, she's like here. Right? Why don't we just force her out? These guys are not going to touch point. They're not going to kill anyone over here. We do see that Kiriko used her thing, so we'd probably kill her. A little slow for that. And we died because we were in like a 2v1, just way off the point. So, I mean, I think I had to work on this too. Like, it's just like if you switch to do something and you know theoretically what your job is, like, are you actually doing that? Right? Or are you like thinking you're doing that, but really just getting distracted? And again, like the thing that's in common with your gameplay is we're just like kind of too focused on a tank. And it's really low value. You can focus a tank, but you do that when Rein overextends and you know you can like shield off or bubble off his heals, right? Then maybe we try and kill him. Or we know he overextends and he can't peel for like the Ana, and the Ana's use sleep or something like that. And we have bubble so we can block the nade. Probably when we know she's used nade, we use bubble to block the sleep. But you know, that kind of idea. And I'll grant you, like, that was kind of a stall situation. So, it's, you know, it gets panicky. But, we did kind of throw that round. And their tank is honestly doing nothing. I don't even know if he shattered that round. I think he did one time at the end of second point. Right? So, we're looking for Widow. Popular Widow spot is where this Widow is. We roll out here. This is kind of okay. There's no reason to really expose yourself. Like, standing here versus here, it's the same leap. But you can poke up and down these stairs to get an idea of where she is. And want to know where the Rein is in case he pins us. I want to land like here where she's going to back off into, so we can damage Widow and Mercy at once and force the Mercy away from the Widow. Yeah, kind of like that. Right? Look at this shit. These guys are all looking at you. This Echo's maybe not even realized it. Mercy's kind of feeding, trying to bail you out. This space is wide open. The one thing I'll say is when you back off, Probably we're not getting a kill 1v4, right? So I probably would have dropped down and tried to come this way. Or if I am going to go this way, like I'm on ball or something, I'll be going for this mega. But the reason for that is, yeah, these guys are all looking at you. But if you look at your team, like no one can see anything really, right? So you're not really getting a lot of value here. Right? So kind of feed. It does mess up their positioning. But kind of you need to recognize when you'll get value, like when you're going for a kill, when you're hard committing, a hard dive, and a soft dive. Usually the first jump of an engagement is going to be a soft dive, something you can get away from by dropping and then leaping out and using bubble, and then we're like chilling. It's like a cycle of pressure, right? I also notice on Winston you don't really grab a mega once, and that's gotta be a part of your gameplay. Go in here. Right? Like, what does that bubble do for you? In this comp, you want to be bubbling mainly to block stickies or honor cooldowns. Oh wait, no, sorry, they're on Curie. Basically block stickies. Or block off Rein, right? But this, he can kind of fight up here, no problem. We're damaging him, he looks killable. If we had our bubble there, we probably could kill him. Jump behind him and wall. And these guys are up here, right? Whenever a tank is kind of feeding into your team, you need to ask yourself, is this guy gonna do anything? Or is someone else a bigger threat? Who's the biggest threat and can I go on them, right? Probably this is Echo. Just looking at where your team is. Probably we jump on every killer for free, right? We go down here to avoid the widow shots. March our way up, and we're gonna have to get up here somehow. Or force this Mercy off. Your healers are doing the Lord's work. Right? Don't need to come up here. We just come here, can zap him, and we can look for a jump. This window's a little hard to jump into. I think you miss it a little later. This isn't, though. Jump in here, force this guy away. Make this widow fuck off, right? Kiri just tallied, we kill her. What a dummy. And now we look for the widow. The widow. Yeah, it's kind of hard. But, you know, even just a little bit of pressure, like, forced her to move, right? We know the Mercy's up, we probably drop and camp the body. This is fine, too. Instantly, right? Why are we finding a tank? Widow got rest. We switch to kill the Widow like we go on a Widow, right? There she is. Right? And find her and it's easy. He's walled, right? And he's in. He used his charge. We're not going to kill this guy with full health. We do like 60 DPS, right? Less with armor. Even though May walled him. But he charged. We bubble like here, we block the Ana, or we just go on the Ana. Because nobody's here to help her except the Mercy. And if the Mercy does that, she leaves the Rein, and then our team chews him up. And he like turns around to figure out what the hell's happening and eats like Ana cooldowns, right? Just like this is like I think, like, in a nutshell, your balance are just like recognizing when what you're doing is low value versus like what's the highest value thing I can do right now. Right? We have bubble and we still eat an ante. Why don't you jump over here and go get the mega, right? He shatters like that, I'd be thinking maybe primal and knock him away since I don't have shield. I don't really want to get into primal mechanics, but probably going to Widow. Unless you know the Ana has no cooldowns. One thing you'll notice if you watch like unranked the GMs on Winston, they really usually primal when they think they can kill someone with the primal. So like an overextended Bridget, an Ana with no cooldowns, a Widow with no grapple. Who else is in this? Maybe Echo with no dash, so you'd eat a lot of damage. Or to get someone away from your team. The Rein is going to shatter, we boop him back, we just slap him back. Right, it's kind of like a low value. This is great. Pot down. We go on the Ana, we shield her. Yeah. There you go. We're kind of feeding. Because he didn't like have plan 2. This is all good. When the Ana and shield her, we walk over to here. Right? Get the mega. We're trying to get out. We're kind of not keeping track of our respawns here, and so we feed. Just go straight on her. Again, we kind of like, let's like look at what happened here. So we're coming in. We don't check on our team, first of all. So we should see these guys are not going to be engaged till they at least walk through this door, and they might be trying to flank and go under here. We see the Widow. Fine. The thing is, Widow, if she hits some headshots on you, you're actually pretty killable. You can take a bunch of damage. See what she does. Right? 1, no armor. 2, you're less than half health. Right? So the thing to do, I think, you see this Widow, we zap her, like long range zap, go over here. There's no one behind you, so it's not like you're preventing her from taking a shot anywhere else right now, right? We go over here, we jump like this, boop, shield here so we don't need any Ana spam, or whoever the hell is back here, for all we know it could be Echo too, and then we force her out. But really, before we do all of this, we're thinking about going in, we check on our team. They're down there. They're there. Your other guy's dead. Like, no one can help you, and you don't get any value going in right now. Right? And that's kind of on you, just. Also remember, it's a 2v1 because the Mercy's pocketing, right? So this is just really a stagger kill, and it's because you don't check on your team really enough. Right, she's kind of going off. We're just doing nothing. Maybe tilted at our team, dying. But that's on us because we staggered. But why aren't we rotating like here or something? This is just wide open. And it's not like you can do anything just waiting there, right? Widow can shoot you for free. Echo can shoot you for free. If our problem is going to be that this Widow is hitting all sorts of shots, we try to rotate out of her line of sight and and walk on her if we can. Or at least get in leap range so we can push her off of there. Right, we kind of feed into their Rein. And that's exactly where we don't want to be. Window's over there. What we want to do right now... She can't kill anyone from over here. She's not going to kill anyone from spawn. It's out of her range. This guy's going to chase him. We're not going to do this like going Rambo, running straight at her. It's like that scene in Monty Python, The Holy Grail, where the dude's just like running and they cut and everyone's chilling and then they cut to the dude and he's running up this long field, right? Honestly, if she was a little more on top of it, she would just kill you with how you're engaging. Maybe we go here, but really we're like, try to help our team perhaps go on some other guys. We see Rein's over here, we could go in here. We just want her isolated, or we want to like ignore her, force objective maybe, since they're on high ground. Cause Rein to have to draw down, and then you just jump up and clear the rest of the high ground. And force Widow to come back, and then we could kill her. Right? And just kind of wastes like a lot of time. And you should know there's a Mega over here. Like, I'm shocked that Rein doesn't wipe your team right now. Or their Echo. And now we make the right play, we go objective. We see this Ana, she's alone. You're nanoed, right? I think that was a good nano. I think you suck at jumps. Right, we can zap her. Right, you still kill her even though you wasted bubble, you wasted leap. We have our leap up, we leap back to our team, see what's going on over here, I think. Or Widow just took a shot at us. That's like a big mistake. We can leap right at her because she's so close to us. It's going to be hard for her to hit a dink. And we're probably about to get her bubble back, yeah. Right. We kind of ignore her and feed into the Rein. Now, when I said leap back to your team, probably land like here, if you're going to do that. Or here and get this Mercy. But really, the Widow just took a shot, right? We'll probably just go over her, stop her from taking an angle. And like, we keep going up here. And the Rein is kind of bad. If I was Rein, I would just be playing like fucking here and just swinging on you and preventing you from like walking in, and you wouldn't really be able to do anything about it. You'd have to go around and then jump up behind them like over here. Or go under again, force objective. That worked last time, right? We have a primal, so maybe we could just get shit done with that. But again, you don't really see a thing to do. You just kind of blindly go. Right? Like, where are we jumping to and why? And get the Mega. Oops. And the other Mega we could have gone for is like down here. Might have been safer, more protected position. Our team carries us a bit. Would you do a good job distracting? We do get a Mega. Let's look our first. I'm gonna try that out to a mistake. You probably don't want to be the one to wake someone up. We kill that for free. We go on a Widow. Yep. We try to zap both of them at once. We hit her with a charge shot. That works. Go on these guys. We try and bubble on our cooldowns. We're just a little late with our bubble. Still get aggressive. So, Mega, it's like there. I would be walking to it so I don't have to just like wait. Okay, they're out. We're not going to do anything. We go up high ground. We just heard the Bastion. I'm not sure if you've like registered it, but we want to like see what they're doing. I want to keep people off here and look for like a drop off here into their back line. Or even cross over here. More of a diva play. But cross over here, zap people. We can look for a walk down these stairs. Access their backline that way. That's a good way to go on that Widow. Anything you can do to close distance without taking damage. And right now we kind of have some free time because we wiped them, but we can't wipe them further right now. So we want to take space so that we can be set up for the next fight and do something fast then. And we also should know we have nano. Right, so we like poking main, it's kind of just low value, and we're not really in a place we can do things, and we don't want to be down here because of the Rein. Nano goes, and then we're like, witness me, and kind of go at their whole team generally and feed. So, I think that was kind of an early nano. Like, you had your cooldowns. When I play Ana, I'm trying to nano Winston when he has jump. But ideally when, like, as he's jumping, or right after he's jumped and he's taken a bit of damage so he can hold on to his shield. But I want to know that he's going somewhere in particular. Right? We get the nano. And we see that there's this Widow here. I wouldn't do the same shit you normally do. We'll just go on a Widow, right? We jump up here. Get a lay of the land. You see this? You don't want a part of it. You don't really know Bastion is tank mode. You really don't want to be near him, even with nano with tank mode, because you're just not going to kill him fast enough with 2 supports, even if you wall him. Even with nano. But these guys are all bad off here. The Rein's here. After you make that jump, I would just like walk on a Widow and try to get her away from having any sort of line of sight. And if you don't get the max value out of it, you don't. But you still live, right? If we go a little earlier, the other decision you could have made is just... And even here you could. The other thing you could do is just drop off this way, wall the heals. So Mercy would have to fly to him if she wanted to heal him. The Moira can't heal through shields, right? You'd block the Widow's line of sight and then just fight the Rein for a bit. Since he's the most aggressive member of their team by far. And fight him with your butt over here so Bastion can't get you. And punch him as you do that. That's one of the times you want to weave in melees because it's the same DPS, so it saves your ammo. And tanks are easy to hit. Right, this kind of... And they're like the second jump is really the killer here. Making this decision to zone all them, it's not the best one, but, you know, you'll live. But you want to back off to this Mega, maybe? You've gotten all these guys to back off. And then you could jump Widow. Or you could have just jumped Widow and taken a mini there. Or gone back over the top. Get heals, help your team with this Rein. Right. We kind of feed here looking to force something. So it's not necessarily the Bastion that's the problem. It's like you going for low value plays. So here we go. Got our diva. We know the Rein is going to stay low ground. The Bastion, we don't know if he has a turret. But we can always drop, I suppose. We go in, we dump shit on him. He does have turret, but Ana hits a clutch and anti, and we clear these guys out. So risky, but kind of dope engagement. Our Reaper's kind of a dumbass, but this Rein is not gonna, and this is good target priority. Going on a Widow. We play to the left, we grab the Mega, probably. We know the Bastion is gonna go turret mode like the second he sees us. So we maybe grab the Mega, we're kind of full health. Main thing we do is check to see on our team, where's our team? Is anyone gonna catch this tank mode Bastion, throw a Matrix on him? Help the Cassidy get over here. Right. We zone him, we didn't need to use our boost there. Right, this is really low value, right? We don't know if our Ana can see us. I don't think she can. Nope. We don't kill anything unless there's like one in the spawn room. He's used his tank mode. He's not going to kill anyone. We had to be looking for this Widow, right? Your main problem, you've been saying. We dive on here and use your rockets. We kill her. Or we look back. This Moira is out. We eat her healing orb. We kill her. I think she just used Fade. Yep. There we go, but a little too late. We're just kind of fighting everyone in general. You're just gonna die. And that's GG. Hard to get in depth about D.Va just because it was like one fight. Really? Kind of two. But it's the same thing of like, you need to think about backing off and you need to know where your team is more if you want to climb. So to recap, Sigma, we need to cut down off angles, throw our shield further, know where our team is so that we can protect them with the shield. And just recognize when we're not doing anything. If we're shooting a tank, always, after every shot, ask yourself, is this the most productive thing I could be doing right now? On Winston, we need to check on our team. We need to not go without our team, and in places like if the enemy's going to chase us, we need to know if our team can see them or not to follow up. Because otherwise, we're just kind of feeding, and we need to know. We need to kind of have like a plan. Like it can be just like step 1, jump in. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit. We want to like have kind of a plan, and also know if we can kill someone or not. Not every dive has to be a hard commit. And then just like get a little better with aiming your jumps and thinking through a little more your shield placements. And then on D.Va, the main thing was at the end there, it was just like super low value what you were going on, right? Like recognize what on tank, all tanks, killing someone's great, but that's not always the only thing you need to do to get your job done. Sometimes if you've zoned people, gotten cooldowns out, something like that, that's great. Reassess. I think the biggest thing in your game that you need to do is like look at your team and reassess your plan. Don't tunnel vision. And yeah, hopefully that helps. Sorry, this got a little long, lots to talk about. But yeah, let me know if you have questions.